So welcome back guys to the Becoming Spiritual YouTube channel. I'm your host Baba, and today we're going to be speaking about sacred geometry. There's a lot to speak of on this particular topic, but I'll keep it simple for this particular episode. Trying not to get too complex too fast, right? So the basics or the basis of sacred geometry is that geometry within the third dimensional realm and even other realms, but geometry within our realm that we live in actually is used to manipulate energy. Right, it's used to steer energy. It's like energy is the car and geometry is the steering wheel. So that is why, even for example, crystal grids are arranged in particular geometric shapes to emit to maximize energy output or even the range of the particular crystal grid, right? If you read books on crystal grids, they show you particular ways how to construct these things, and crystals are very important. I'll actually do a video on that on those next, right? And if you look at even things like the flow of life. The flow of life is a very interesting thing, because within the flow of life you can find other geometric patterns. And if you listen to people like Billy Carson, for example, at Forbidden Knowledge on YouTube, you'll actually learn a few things in regards to what he speaks on the flow of life. The flow of life is considered to be, the geometric face of God, right? In the sense of, the mathematical aspect of the nature of creation, right? So it's a really creative energy that is generated, or that is generated or that moves through that particular geometric shape. And within that you'll find other geometric shapes, like the Metatron's cube. And Metatron's cube is also one of those particular geometric shapes that are used in crystal grids to maximize energy output, right? So, and even within the same flow of life, you'll find the actual tree of life. That's when we get into Jewish mysticism and the Kabbalah and the Kelipot or the Klipot, the tree of life and the tree of death, respectively. So, geometry is very, very, very important, right? Which is why in spirituality, it's not just about, knowing a few things or knowing astrology. It's a combination of things, right? So one really has to study. It's a combination of astrology, numerology, metaphysics, psychology, quantum physics. It's a combination of several other things, right? It's not just one thing, right? But I did touch on the flow of life, so let me go ahead and speak about the pentagram, for example. The pentagram has been known to be associated with witchcraft for the longest period, and for many reasons, But let me try to get into the pentagram, to give you guys an idea as to how important that actually is. And it really doesn't matter that much if the pentagram is inverted or if it's, right-sided up. Because it really represents the same thing in a different way, right? I won't get too much into that right now. But for example, you have a pentagram. A pentagram represents the 5 elements, which is fire, water, earth, air, and ether or spirit, which really represents, man in its wholeness, right? As in the human man, right? So that's why, in some representations of like Da Vinci's work and the pentagram, you'll find that, there's a man in the pentagram. Right. So it really shows you, the combination of elements that make up man. And it also just shows you what is required for creation, in a sense. Right. But there's another aspect of it that when you get into like working with things, the pentagram is one of the most protective symbols that one can have or can wear, right? Because it really creates a vortex, and I learned this from another YouTuber, right? It creates a particular vortex that really either sucks things in or pushes them out based on the orientation, right? And I mean, if you guys watch this video through and through, then it'd be worth it to mention it. So the person that I learned this from is brother Joseph over at New Life Tools, right? Very, very knowledgeable brother. I've learned quite a few from him myself, right? So it's the geometry, it goes far beyond. I've even seen other people like that make particular crystal generators that they wear on themselves, and it's the same sacred geometry that's used in the creation of these things, because angles and the way angles are constructed with particular lines, or even not just lines but just how you even have intersecting circles, it matters. It matters as to what kind of energy is generated or that passes or that is attracted to that particular geometric shape. So geometry is very important, guys, and it's another aspect of spirituality when you really get into it. And you can, when you do your further research, you'll see how it ties into how it manipulates energy from other dimensions into this dimension. You get me? Sacred geometry, because remember, we're living in all the dimensions, but we're not able to perceive all of them all at once. Right. So there's a lot of things, guys, that goes into it. So yeah, guys, that's really it for today. So you guys take care until we speak again. And with peace and love. Yep.